European Union President Herman Van Rompuy has called for an immediate fight against record-high unemployment in the Eurozone. New figures paint a pretty grim picture. 12.2% of the Eurozone's workforce is out of a job. That's more than 19 million people. And the figure is as much as 26 million for the entire 27-member EU bloc.
The job situation is worsening in countries that have adopted belt-tightening measures in return for additional bailout funds from the European Union. Spain had the highest rate at 26.8%, followed by Portugal at 17.8% and Cyprus at 15.6%. The latest available data for Greece in February was 27.0%. The situation is especially serious for workers under 25. Over 56% of youth workers in Spain and more than 62% in Greece are without jobs.
Linda Halam landed her job just 2 months ago. She was hired on a youth job contract by a branch of the local government in the Paris suburb of Cergy-Pontoise.
I get to learn, I have access to training, and at the same time I benefit from the experience and skills of my colleagues.
With the youth job contract, Halam's employer doesn't pay much of her salary. 75% of her pay is covered by the French state. In theory, these contracts look like a great deal for employers, but so far about 17,000 contracts have been signed, a far cry from the government's goal of 100,000 contracts signed by the end of 2013. The main issue for employers, hiring highly unqualified youth who then need to be taught almost everything.
It's a mentor's role to help them learn how to work, from getting to work on time to having good relationships with their co-workers. And then they have to learn a specific job. Not everyone can do that.
A complicated and expensive training process that sometimes fails. In Toulon, in the south of France, a social security office hired 18 people through these contracts. 6 of them were terminated after just 1 month.
They promised to extend the training period if you were having a hard time, but they didn't.
Originally aimed at poor suburbs, the contracts seem to be most successful in rural areas. Despite the mixed results, the government has so far refused to open youth job contracts to more qualified youth.